Today we're looking at two words that confused a few of my English students, trap and trick. They seem very similar, but they're actually used in different ways. Both words do have negative connotations, and they often deal with deception, manipulation, or danger.
Molly, you a danger girl.
So by the end of this lesson, you'll understand the key differences between trap and trick, and you'll pick up a few of the idiomatic expressions and set phrases in which native English speakers use these words, trap and trick. Ready? Let's get trapped or tricked. So what is a trap? A trap is something designed to capture someone or something. The literal examples include the hunter set a trap for the animal. The building had a trap door.
Trap me. Trap me. She's trapped me with a pistol.
All the sharp edges around here. I mean, this place is a death trap.
I always hate the lies and trapping that followed.
It's like a net, trapping weak-minded neurotics like Harvey, drawing them into corresponding intersecting patterns.
Blamed Robert for being born, for trapping you in a marriage that's only ever given you grief and caused you regret.
But we also use trap metaphorically. The examples include, I fell into the trap checking my phone too much. That restaurant is a tourist trap.
No tourist trap, the real me. This is a tourist trap. Never see this antique tourist trap of yours again. I'll be a happy girl.
A tourist trap is a place that attracts tourists, and it's usually overpriced and lacking in authenticity. This could refer to restaurants, clothing shops, or souvenir shops. So a trap is something that captures you, limits you, or puts you in a bad situation. A related word to trap is entrapment. This is a more formal and ominous word that means someone is lured into committing a crime or making a mistake. Here's an example. The lawyer argued it was entrapment. If you're a fan of watching law and crime dramas, you've probably heard this.
It's entrapment.
It's entrapment. Entrapment. Jurisdictional convent.
The entrapment.
Entrapment. Now, there are films that end with scenes of entrapment of a protagonist, perhaps protagonist or villainous protagonist.
And a valid entrapment defense has two elements. One, you have to home with whoever designed this entrapment system.
Okay, now what is a trick? A trick usually involves deceiving someone. The key difference is that a trick is about fooling someone's mind or deceiving someone's mind rather than the way that trap is about capturing someone physically. Some examples include, he tricked his friends into doing his homework. They tricked me into paying the bill. This structure is very common. Trick someone into doing something. My friends tricked me into trying spicy food. You can even use this in a situation about peer pressure.
You tricked a dog.
You tricked us.
You tricked me. Did you trick me so well up to then?
She tricked me into taking Jane and Michael to the bank.
You tricked me into thinking you're a good guy.
For once, you tricked me into stealing brownies from Christ the King First Baptist Church bake sale.
Number two, the stuff about me hats will go out for someone else. She tricked me into saying that.
You're already at the B2-C1 level, so you know very well that we have a lot of idioms in English and set phrases. This is where things get interesting. Trick or treat! This is what children say during the Halloween holiday when they dress up in costume and knock on doors asking for candy. Historically, it means give us a treat or we'll play a trick on you. I don't know if this is still happening now, but back when I was a kid, kids would actually egg your house, like they throw eggs at your door, or they would toilet paper your yard, or they throw rolls of toilet paper back and forth over the tree branches in your yard. Because in the USA, a lot of people have a front yard or backyard with trees, and that's the facade, that's the entrance to your house. So yeah, tricks of the trade. This is a very positive expression with the word trick. Tricks of the trade are useful tips or insider secrets into a certain profession. When you've worked long enough in any profession, you start to learn little tricks and tips along the way. So anyone experienced in their field, in their line of work, they surely know a few tricks of the trade.
Learned very quickly the tricks of the trade. I practiced after everyone. I've been around cops long enough to pick up a few tricks of the trade.
Tricks of the trade, you know, you can tell by the shoes.
Tricks of the trade.
Show them the tricks of the trade.
Oh, someone told me this great trick about how not to get nervous when you're giving a speech.
A trickster. A trickster is someone who loves playing tricks on people. In mythology and storytelling, tricksters are clever characters who outsmart others.
But in the meantime, Professor Samuel Kaufman Brown proclaims him a trickster. Trickster! She is a trickster in true form.
Your dad is a trickster, and that I would love him.
But you're the trickster, aren't you?
Turning tricks. Now, this slang expression has a very different meaning. It's informal and sensitive.
It's always saying to me, don't get emotional when you turn tricks.
Turning tricks refers to doing sexual acts for money. So learners should be aware of the content.
You'll wind up a prostitute like those Asian girls who come here, full of high hopes, and then they wind up turning tricks to keep alive. These two holes sending tricks for crusty old men and $100 a pop.
It was a woman who'd been turning tricks in a camper in the parking lot.
By turning tricks?
We don't want her back out turning tricks.
One famous movie using the word trap is The Parent Trap. In this story, twin sisters secretly plan to trap their parents together during a trip so that they can try to help their parents fall in love again so they don't get divorced. So the idea of trap in this movie is very playful and strategic, not dangerous at all. It's very lighthearted. And a famous movie that uses tricks of the trade and also turning tricks is Tricks of the Trade from 1988. So remember, both trap and trick have negative connotations. A trap captures someone or something in a bad situation. A trick fools someone's mind through deception, but English is full of idioms and fixed phrases. So the real key is always context. I've created a 4-page PDF worksheet to help my students practice the differences between trap and trick. In the PDF, it reiterates the information that we have discussed here about the differences, the different uses, some specific examples of the idioms and set expressions and how they're used, and even the cultural references to the movies, The Parent Trap and Tricks of the Trade. And then there are a few exercises where you can practice matching the meanings, filling in the gaps, as well as conversation questions to prompt you to use the correct trap or trick expressions in conversational English, and even some images that can help you to think about how you can use these phrases. This is all for you to further deepen your understanding of trap and trick. Remember, use the English in context. Also, remember that you can always go to youglish.com or PlayPhraseMe, and those are sites that are free where you can look up English words or idiomatic expressions, and videos will pop up to show you how they are used. Comment and let me know if you have any questions or if you know any more expressions with trap or trick that I haven't mentioned here in this lesson.